Michael, how did you feel about the offense last Thursday?
I thought we played pretty well. I mean, we had a bunch of little things that kind of negated a lot of what we wanted to do, but for the most part, I thought we played pretty well. I thought the line did pretty well. I thought I could work on being a little more patient through the holes because they did a pretty good job blocking, but sometimes I felt I rushed it a little bit too much. So, but for the most part, I thought we did pretty well.
You're the most experienced of the running backs. Talk about how you see your role on this team.
I have a lot of experience, so I just try to help the young guys with whatever advice I can give them, just little tips and tricks. But I just try to be a leader. I just try to do my job and hope everybody does the same.
For you, 27 carries last week, and you were on the field. I think Coach told me 60 snaps. Were you tired at the end of the night?
Yeah, I was pretty tired. I was a little more. I think I was a little more upset about the loss, and I really felt about my body and stuff. But you know, if they asked me to do 100 plays, I'm fine with that. So it doesn't really bother me too much.
And what about your approach to things? Because Coach talks about you being more complete. Your pass blocking, pass receiving, and of course running the ball. Is that a matter of experience, just getting to be more well-rounded?
I think just knowing the offense better and being able to read your keys and see what the defense is doing. So experience helps a lot because you've been through the situations a bunch, and you know if they're going to do a line set, like how he's playing up close and stuff. So experience has helped a lot.
What about the mindset of this team now with one loss? You really hate to lose the opener, but boy, 0-2 could be a big hole. Talk about is there a sense of urgency going into Thursday?
Yeah, probably a little bit. You mean we want to win every game, so I mean that first loss was tough, but I think gave us a lot of room to grow and learn, and I think we can accomplish everything we still want to accomplish: conference championship, and a national title. So now we just got to win out. So it's just more going each week by week and just winning that week's game.
Coming off the losses, it made me glad to be playing on Thursday and get back on the field quicker?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun playing, so the quick turnaround like that's kind of nice, but it's a little weird because we never had 2 Thursday night games like that, so schedule's been a little different, but I'm ready to play, so I mean, I'm just ready for it.
Use your imagination and pretend that I'm one of the young running backs on your team. What little tips would you tell me?
Just like reading if they're going to blitz, like seeing where the safety's lined up, if they have a safety over top and that support's come down a little bit, he's crouching in, you can tell if the key on that is he's probably going to smoke, and just reading where the A-gap defender is on when we run like our 31-32, just seeing where that A-gap defender is playing, and then you got to always keep your eye on him, so which way ever he goes, you got to go the opposite. So.
Michael, what did Coach Beck tell you guys after that loss to try and help you bounce back and get ready for the next one?
He said that our effort was good. He thought we fought back really tough, and he liked that. But I mean, he said we had a lot of little things that kind of killed us, and we got to tighten that up. So I think the little things are what's most important to him for us to do better is make the little things better.
Was it kind of encouraging, even though despite losing that, to be able to hang in against such a great team and know that you were right there, a chance to beat them? Does that give you some encouragement going forward?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. It was good for us, like, show we were down 14 or whatever, and we came back right away, so it showed a lot of character for our team to be able to fight that adversity and come back from it. Didn't go the way we wanted to, but I thought we learned a lot from that game.
Spencer, how would you assess the overall play of the defense last Thursday?
It was good for about a half. I thought we started off first half, played really fast, we played really hard. We stayed within ourselves. But once the second half rolled around, I think we might have got a little bit tired. We had some blown assignments for some big plays, obviously, and the big plays in the second half really hurt us.
Talk about the mindset of the team. Is there more of a sense of urgency on this next game?
I don't think so. One loss isn't going to kill us. It's not going to let us not accomplish anything that we set out for the beginning of the season. So we're just taking it, same approach, one game at a time, type deal. We don't want to look ahead at all. So we're taking it 1 week at a time, and right now it's all focused on UCO.
In your preparation for them, what will be some keys for the defense on Thursday?
They like to get it out quick into space through their athletes. They have a good offensive line. I think they returned all their offensive line back and quarterback, and pretty much their whole offense is back. So we know they're experienced. So we have to get lined up the correct ways. Otherwise, they're going to take advantage of that. They like to use a lot of tempo, come up quick to the ball, snap it quick to try to get defense off guard, which cause blown assignments, which lead for big plays for them. So really, we have to be ready for whatever they're throwing at us, which we practice all week. So just read our keys, trust what we see, and we should be good.
Are they a lot different than Central Missouri's offense?
They're a little bit different. They run some of the same plays. They spread it out just like Central Missouri does. It's kind of the same spread offense. Maybe a little more of a quick passing attack, and they use a little more of a tempo than UCM does. But overall, kind of the same style.
Spencer, what was the defensive plan that last drive when they did get that big play? What were you looking to try and do against them that last one?
We got them to third down, which is what we wanted to do. Get our offense. We want to get them the ball back quick with enough time to score there at the end of the game. And I think we had a blitz dialed up, and they kind of ran a double move on us, and we didn't get good enough pressure on the quarterback. So just something that you can't let happen, but it did, and the game ended it how it did. We can't really change that. We can't change that now. So now we're just focused on going down to UCL on Thursday.
Coach, you said last year one of your problems with the defense was giving up the big play. Happening in this first week, what are some of the things you can do to try and limit those from happening?
Well, when you look at the last play after we got the game tied, you look at the last play, we had to make a decision on 3rd and 5. We're going to try to pressure, or are we going to give up an easy first down? We tried to pressure. We didn't get enough pressure fast enough, and the quarterback was able to find enough time to make a perfect throw. So, it always looks like it's one guy that makes a mistake, but it's really still all 11 of them that didn't execute the play. So, the other thing is you got to find a way to get the guy tackled, or we also need to think about doing something different and make them drive the football. So this was one of those things that there's a lot of things in a game as a coach. If you had it to do over, you'd go back and do it differently.
Can you give us an update on John Roderick?
No. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Finally got Jim speechless. So, John has a chip in his hand, and he'll be out anywhere from another week to 2 weeks.
So that moves Thomas up to starter?
Yes.
And who will be the backup?
Either Ramsey Hamilton or Luke Wallstead. Either one.
Does it change much with the offense with Thomas in as the starter than John?
No, not at all. Everything that we do offensively, we feel like Thomas can do just like John can. Yep.
Was the Central Oklahoma score one of the biggest surprise to you in the conference last week?
Yes, it was the biggest surprise. As you watch the game, though, it's those kinds of things that can happen to anybody. And, Lindenwood had some things that really encouraged them early on. And when you get, one guy gets 3 interceptions, 2 for touchdowns, and they get points that way, and had a huge kick return all the way down the 10 or 15-yard line, somewhere in there where they got points. And those types of things, get you going a little bit, and then the next thing you know, you're behind, and next thing you know, they end up throwing the ball 60 sometimes, and feel like they're trying to play catch up. So it's one of those things that can happen, and I'm sure if they had to play again, it'd be a whole different outcome. But it's one of those things.
What impresses you about Central Oklahoma?
Athleticism. I mean, they've got great athletes at the running back position, quarterback position, receiver position. Their O-line and D-line, I felt like last year at the end of the year, their offensive line was as good as anybody in the conference as far as blocking you. So, they got a lot of players back, and defensively they're always extremely good and always have good linebackers, always have good D-line. They did lose some secondary players from last year. But they're in an area where there's a lot of good football players really close. So, they rebound really fast when they lose some guys. So, just a very talented team overall.
Coach, as far as last week, when I know that one of the biggest problems was incomplete passes, are we going to be seeing any change in the lineup this week?
No, we're you go look back last week, and we had a few balls that were overthrown, and then we had several, 3, 4, 5 drops that we had that we should have caught. So when you add those together, it makes it a little bit, a little tougher to move the ball as effectively as you'd like. But no, we're in good shape other than that.
Coach, were you worried at all for some of the guys trying to bounce back mentally? I mean, after you had prepared last several weeks for that game to have it go that way, were you worried at all about them turning around and get ready for this Thursday?
Yeah, I think you always do after you lose a game. You always are concerned about that and hope that it doesn't, carry on to the next week. I think that's always a concern. It's something we talked about right away. We tried to come in and make our, fix our mistakes and go over everything that we did wrong, and then try to put it behind us. And and I'm not sure we'll know the answer to that till after the game Thursday. But we've tried to put that one behind us and get ready for the next one. It's a long season, and first game of the year, you sure hate to lose that one. But that's where we're at, and now we've got to find a way to go get this one.
What specific improvements would you like to see from this week?
Consistency. I think that offensively, we really showed that we could move the ball extremely well at times. We got to finish drives, and we got to find ways to get the ball in the zone and get points. I think that so consistency offensively and just no breakdowns defensively. I think that we played extremely hard and ran the ball really well, and didn't really have that many missed tackles, but we had a few, and the few that we did have cost us. So just doing all the things that you're supposed to be able to do: block, tackle, and take care of the football.